and Kendra, and today we are back with another twin talk for you guys. We know you guys really enjoyed the last one, and we hope we helped those of you that sent in questions with your problems, or anybody who had anything similar going on and it wasn't your question but you can relate. Yes. Okay, so we're just going to do it just like we did last time. You're going to read two, I'm going to read two, and we give our advice. Okay, I'll start this time. Oh boy, your inbox is probably flooded, LOL. I want to reach out to get your opinion on my current living situation. I am 26 with a 4-year-old son, literally just picked up and moved to Arizona 2 months ago. I have family here, found a great job, 16% pay increase, won't he do it? Currently living with my cousin and her in and out live-in boyfriend, meaning he isn't there permanently but might as well be. I have watched my cousin struggle and make ends meet for herself and her daughter. So it is very disheartening to see her allow this grown adult to basically live off of her and not help. However, her house, her life. I try to stay out of it, but still pay her a portion of rent and put on for groceries. My main issue with him though is the way he addresses my child. He's very loud, obnoxious, and seems to want to have this dominant presence over the kids. My cousin allows this with her child. I've addressed this with my cousin and him multiple times. My cousin told me she talks with him, but it's hard to change the way someone is at 30-something years old. I just got my job last month, and obviously moving here cost me a penny. So I don't have as much as I would like saved. I do have a bed, enough for all move-in deposits, food, and couch. Should I run for the hills before I curse this man out or try to wait it out to save more? Please help. I'd love some advice from you ladies. Love you both. Love you too.
Love you too.
That was a
long one.
I feel like I always have the long ones.
Yeah, you do. I want to talk about your child first because I feel like that's the most important thing in this whole situation. So as far as how he's talking to your child, I feel like you should have a direct conversation with him about what not to do when it comes to your child, because you know best. I don't think it's appropriate for anybody to try to discipline or, you know, talk to someone else's child in a way that they don't feel comfortable. You definitely need to have a direct conversation with him. I don't think it needs to be had through her cousin, like between your cousin and him. It needs to be between you and him because it's your child. So that's what I think as far as that situation goes. But as far as your opinion on how she's living her life and how you see she's being treated, or you feel like it is not right, I feel like you should do your best to try to stay out of it. But I also feel like there's nothing wrong with giving your cousin advice as far as how you feel uncomfortable living there with how he is with you, if that makes sense. So how he treats you is directly gonna affect what the kids see as well.
That's true.
And I feel like,
especially if he's loud.
If he's loud or being obnoxious or inappropriate in any kind of way. She said her baby's 4?
Yeah, her son's 4.
So I feel like 4-year-olds pick up on a lot.
Yes, you'd be surprised.
Don't think that kids pay attention, but they pay attention to a lot more than we think. And they're like sponges. They like soak up everything. I'm talking like I'm a mom. But with Kelsey and I have grown up around kids our whole lives, and we've definitely helped raise a lot of the kids in our families. So I've observed a lot in how they are and how they interact and the things that they pick up. So you definitely don't want your child in a toxic environment or anything that you don't feel is, you know, healthy for you and your child.
Definitely.
So I personally think that she should go ahead and move out and start small.
Yeah, because you already said you have enough saved for a deposit. You have a bed and a couch. Like if you have the essentials, you're good. Because I feel like a peace of mind is priceless. To be completely honest, like you cannot put a price on peace. So I would just say go ahead and get out. Like Kendra said, you can give your cousin a little bit of advice, but try to stay out of their issues. It's her business, and eventually she'll see what you see. You know what I mean? You have to let people learn on their own. So you can only give so much advice to a person, and they'll take it maybe a month from now, a year from now, 2 years from now. You can't really control when they finally take your advice, and a light bulb will just turn on one day and be like, okay, she was right.
Yeah, because you could be giving them the best advice possible, but in the moment they're not ready to
absorb it. Yeah, they're not ready to take your advice. So some people just have to learn the hard way, and people just learn at their own pace as far as, you know, certain situations. So just stay out of her personal business and going about your business.
Because the guy that you're referring to, he's her problem.
Yeah.
So she's gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah.
So the next one says, hey Kendra, I am you and Kelsey's day ones. I love y'all girls. I look up to y'all like big sisters. Oh, thanks. Love you. What's your opinion on a 24-year-old virgin? LOL. I feel like I'm the only person left in my era that actually values that and feels like it is so sacred. And I don't want to just allow anyone to be able to have a part of me like that unless you're my husband or someone I see myself actually with for some time. Not because of any religious issues. Please give me some advice, girls, because my friends make me feel like I have too high standards and I'm weird for that. Love you, babes. Love you too.
Love you too. Okay, so first off, you're definitely not weird for that. I feel like having too high of standards is not a thing for us. I feel like you can never have too high of standards because life is way too short to live a mediocre life. That's number one. Second off, as far as like religious issues, I don't believe in religious issues. I feel like religion is never an issue. I feel like you should always stand by your morals and what you believe in. And as far as your virginity, I feel like that's something you can never play with. I feel like your virginity is something you can never get back. So I feel like hold on to it as long as you can. You're a very rare breed.
Because to me, it sounds like she's the only one out of her friends.
But don't feel pressured by them because I guarantee you they regret losing theirs.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
I mean, most people do, because most people like are like way too young when it happens, and they're not like in the right frame of mind.
That's true.
No one's ever sure when they do it. Let's just be honest.
I was gonna say, not really. More than half of people aren't sure when they first do it.
Yeah, so the fact that you're 24 and you're still a virgin, that's very valuable.
I feel like you're on the right
But I
path.
also feel like virginity is something that's very personal.
Yeah.
So no one else can really tell you what to do as far as your virginity goes. And if your friends are judging you based on you being a virgin, then
They're
they
not
probably
your
shouldn't
real
be your real
friends.
friends.
They're not your real friends.
Yeah.
They're associates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't think being a virgin or not being a virgin makes you less cool. Like,
I agree with that. I think being a virgin is cool.
An immature mindset.
They might be just jealous. Because like I said, they might regret losing theirs to the people they lost theirs to.
That's true.
Like you said, you're not waiting just to get married or anything. You're waiting for the right person.
Yeah.
And I feel like once you find that person, it'll feel right. You know what I mean?
But I also don't want her to feel like, I don't know if you've like dated before or if you've ever been in a serious relationship. So you should definitely know what it is that you want, but also don't be so guarded to the point where you're like not having any kind of like relationships with anyone. Meaning relationships as far as conversing, having guy friends and talking on the phone. Like you should still like have that interaction to know what it is that you want. But if you don't really interact with anyone at all, like I don't know what point has she gone to. Has she kissed anyone? I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure she's kissed.
But like, don't be so guarded to the point where you just like haven't really experienced anything, because then you're gonna be like, you know, completely lost as to what it is that you want.
That's very true. Or what you like.
Or what you like.
Because I feel like it's a part of learning yourself before you can learn someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or give yourself to somebody else. Yeah, I agree with what you said.
Yeah.
But I would just say don't feel pressured in any way. Just wait until you feel like it's the right time for you. Like Kimber said, virginity is something so personal, and some people are very judgmental when it comes to it, and like they joke on you about it. So I feel like you can never please everybody. You need to just please yourself at the end of the day, because people are going to judge you no matter what you do, whether you do something right or wrong. Just do what's best for you. Hi Kelsey, I love you and Kendra's video so much. I've been a ride or die subscriber for the longest. I'm 19, in college, and super self-conscious about the fact that guys almost never approach me. I'm not sure if it's looks, vibes that I give off, or just not my time, but I feel very uncomfortable amongst friends who almost always seem to have options. I was just wondering if you guys had some tips about enjoying your life as a single woman, or have you managed it at all, and do you ever feel lonely? Love you both. Love you too. So you definitely, first off, should probably go watch our, How to Be Single Twin Talk, our very first one ever.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
Oh.
That was #1 Twin Talk.
Okay.
Because that's the question we're getting the most about being single. We get that question so much. But I feel like lonely is a state of mind, and I honestly feel like I've known people in relationships who are still lonely.
Yeah, you can definitely be with someone and still feel lonely, which means you're not with the right person.
Yep.
So I don't think that being single automatically equals lonely. I feel like some people who think that's like a very kind of closed-minded way of thinking, because the way you think and how you live your life is based on the way you feel.
Yeah.
So you can definitely be single and still be happy.
Just don't think of it as a negative.
Yeah, don't think of it as negative. Like, you
single.
can still enjoy your life with being single, but you have to learn how to love yourself, and that's gonna come over time. Because to me, it sounds like you're second guessing yourself, and you feeling like you're being rejected without even being approached can make you feel a certain type of way. And I've been there where, like, you've been around a bunch of people and guys don't approach you,
And you think something's wrong with you.
you think something's wrong with you.
Believe me, there's not anything wrong with you.
At
Honestly,
all.
you might just be intimidated.
Yeah, I feel like when that happens, I feel like God is dodging bullets for you.
Yep.
So just think of it in a way where you're not getting your time wasted like some of your friends might be.
Absolutely, because they might have their options, and say one of your friends is talking to like 4 or 5 different dudes, and each guy probably has like one thing she likes, but one guy doesn't have everything she likes, and God might be saving that one person for you that has not everything, but most of the things that you're looking for in a significant other. So just think about it in that way.
And
I
she's
feel like
19, so like
you have
she
such
don't
a
even,
long
like,
time.
really need somebody that like
no
serious
right
right
now.
now.
You just need to have friends. Have guy friends, because it's always good to have a guy's perspective. I personally like having guy friends more than female friends, to be completely honest. So do have guy friends, be around guys so you can kind of see how you interact with them, to see how you would be in a relationship as well, because I feel like if you've never experienced like male energy, you're gonna kind of be awkward when
You're around them.
first interact with guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's definitely nothing wrong with you. Like, you should still feel confident even if someone doesn't walk up to you. Like, your confidence shouldn't be based on validation from the outside.
Absolutely.
So definitely don't think like that, because that's a very unhealthy way of thinking, because I've seen a lot of people who think that way and their mood shifts based on how people perceive them.
Don't do that.
That is a dangerous place to be in. Do not do that.
Because then you're not living for yourself, you're living for other people.
Yes, because at some point when you keep doing that, you're going to feel empty inside, and you're not going to be fulfilled, because you're not there's no self-love. When there's lack of self-love, there's always outside validation that you're looking for, that you're seeking. And I feel like a lot of people do that in relationships. Some people feel validated based on themselves being in a relationship.
Yeah.
And that is definitely not a healthy way to live, because you're a half of a person going into something that may not be good for you, and that's also going to dictate how you handle yourself in that relationship. Does that make sense?
Work on you right now, because like Kendra said, it seems like you're only confident, you're thinking you could be confident if guys only approach you, and like guys
I'm
probably
not gonna lie, but like if I get like a comment,
it boosts your self-esteem a little bit.
When they gas you up, you're like, oh yeah, I got it. But if they don't say nothing, I still got it.
I was gonna say, because you're still self-aware and you still have self-love. You don't need outside validation. So that's what I'm saying. You have to work on yourself first. Like you said, you like getting compliments, and you don't mind when guys approach you. Well, the right guy. But you know, it's nice to have. But honestly, I've been in a position where, because right now in our lives, guys don't hardly approach us ever, and I honestly just think
I can count on one hand since we moved to Atlanta, like 7 years ago, how many guys have approached me when we've gone out on one hand.
maybe 3 or 4. 3, maybe 3.
And one of those times wasn't even here; it was in New York. So
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't question myself for it though. I just feel like God is saving, you know, that special man for me, because I feel like the right man will approach me, and the guy that does not want to approach you is not the one for you anyway.
He can't handle you anyway.
He can't even handle you anyway.
Yeah, if he's scared to walk up to you, you don't want him.
Scared? No.
No, that's what I'm saying. When you said some guys may be intimidated, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't deal with scared men when it comes to approaching you.
Yeah.
Like, if he's scared to approach you, like, that's the start to something. If you can't even do that, that's a bad sign. Bad sign. But honestly, when I think about, because I have had options before, and to be honest, it's kind of a headache juggling that many guys. Like, I've talked to like 2 or 3 guys at once, and it's just a lot.
You get bored at some point.
Yes, you do.
And then
they all sound the same via text. They say the same stuff, so you're not missing out on anything, especially at 19. Because guys at 19 are low key like 12.
They're still kids.
Yeah.
Like their mindset is like completely not what you want.
No,
At all.
not at all.
Okay, so the last one says, hey Kendra, so I'm 26, almost 27, and have been with Bay since age 15. He's almost 28. We have 3 girls, 7, 3, and 1. I have yet to get a ring. I know. Honestly, I don't. We have careers and are working towards bigger and better. So I need a little advice on what I should do or say to him regarding a wedding. So she just mentioned wedding, which means she wants one.
Okay, so in order for me to answer this question completely, I'm gonna answer to the best of my abilities, but I feel like there's some missing pieces.
Yeah.
So have y'all talked about marriage
Has
before?
there been a conversation?
Yeah.
At all?
Yeah, so have you brought it up to him? Is that something y'all have talked about in the past? And is that something both of you guys want? Because I feel like if you guys have talked about it in the past, then y'all should be married by now.
Yes.
Especially if y'all have 3 kids.
Yes. 3 kids later,
Girl.
I feel like after maybe baby number 1, I'm assuming that the conversation would have been had, because I know everybody's different. Some people don't believe in marriage, some people don't want to get married, and I completely get that. But this situation sounds different because she mentioned the word wedding, which means she wants one. And if she has vocalized that to him and it's been a conversation and it has not happened yet, I'm gonna be frank, I'm just gonna be blunt, he probably doesn't want to get married. Like, I feel like he's probably like backing out, he's getting cold feet, he realized maybe that's something that I don't want. And I also feel like the amount of time that you have waited not being married, he's probably way too comfortable and feels like y'all don't need to get married. So to me, it sounds like y'all already been playing house.
Yes,
and you don't think
that's exactly what I was about to say.
Married.
A lot of females make this mistake of moving in, y'all had y'all kids, still no ring, and he just like, oh, this cool.
Yeah, I got all this. What I happened to marry her? Like,
yes.
So what I got to do it now for?
Exactly.
And that's it sucks to hear that, but sometimes when you move backwards in the guy's mind, he's thinking, so what's the point of me marrying her? You know?
Yep.
Because he's thinking it's already like we're married, but on your end, you're probably thinking, why not get married? We already live together. We have 3 kids.
Yes.
But in his mind, he's thinking,
what's
for
the
what?
point? Yeah.
So I feel like you should definitely sit down with him and have a conversation. Girl, 3 kids?
Yeah.
Damn. I personally think if he doesn't want to get married and you do want to get married, then this is not going to work out long term.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
You guys want 2 different things long term in life. And a lot of times when in relationships, when one person doesn't really want something and the other person is making all the sacrifices, it turns to resentment, and you definitely don't want that.
Yeah.
And then neither one of you are going to be happy, and then your kids are not going to be happy because they're not going to have happy parents raising them.
Right.
So you both need to be happy, whether it's together or separate.
Yes. And if you feel like this is something you will still be thinking about down the road, and it's something that's going to continue to bother you, and it has been bothering you recently, which it does sound like it is, then I feel like there's going to be some major changes that need to be had, whether he does end up proposing or whether y'all go y'all separate ways. Because sometimes, especially if y'all have been together since y'all were young, like 15, he's probably a different person and you're probably a different person from when y'all were 15 to now, because that's child to grown up.
Yeah.
You said he's 28 years old. So if y'all have been a couple this entire time and y'all haven't really been separated or single, I mean, y'all have lived enough life to like want to, you know, have life forever after with each other. So I feel like
know if you want to.
To know if you want to.
Because y'all know each other.
So I feel like what's holding him back, because that's why you need to have a conversation. Because guys, you can't, you know, they're not going to just come out and say something. You have to converse and have a conversation.
Verbalize it.
If you're not communicating, then he's not going to know what you want, because men are just kind of slow.
I feel like we're going to keep saying that through twin talks.
Yeah.
Men are just slow.
Yeah, you have to communicate things to them, because if you don't say nothing, they just going to keep going doing the same thing. If you don't vocalize what it is that you want,
you have to say it. Yeah.
And especially when you're in that's why it's hard, because I feel like in the beginning in most relationships you have these kind of conversations. Do you want to get married?
The beginning, yeah, that's why I'm like, if y'all already,
it's kind of tricky, because it's like
they should have already talked about it.
Yeah, and I feel like these days it's harder for men to get married versus having kids. Like, I've seen so many guys with like baby mamas.
Yeah,
they have kids with people before they don't want to get married.
Yes, which both are very special things, but it's a bigger deal to them to get married.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is about the marriage that's more like scary for guys than having like a kid with a random person.
Because a child, y'all share
you
that
can get a divorce. That baby gonna be attached to both of y'all forever.
Yes, that's crazy to me.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
So have a conversation. You need to communicate if it's something that you really want. If you already brought it up and he still ain't proposed, he just don't want to get married.
And don't settle.
Yeah, because if you're staying with him and still being okay with not having the ring and having this family unit within your mind,
Pretending that you're happy.
Don't
do that.
girl, you're gonna be miserable, and your kids are gonna also see that, because like I said earlier, kids feed off of, you know, your energy, and they notice things and they see things
That you don't think they notice.
That you don't think they notice, because I feel like people don't realize that their actions directly affect their kids, even if they don't think they're paying attention. Even if you think this is like just a grown folk situation, if the kids are around, they're still going to be affected.
Yeah.
Even if you don't think they are.
Definitely.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
I do know that.
Mm-hmm.
So just, you know, think about everything as a whole. Think about what's most important to you, and think about long term. Don't think about right now, because I know a lot of people just go off impulse, and people also go off time. Some people think we've been together for a long time, and they automatically think that means we're supposed to get married.
Sometimes it just means it's been a long time.
Yes. Just because it's been a long time don't mean it's been a
Valuable time.
Valuable time. It doesn't mean it's been the best time. Doesn't mean it's been something that's meant for you forever.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So, yeah, that's our advice on that. I feel like that was a tricky one because there's kids involved, and it's kind of hard. And the amount of time y'all been together, because to me it sounded like y'all may have been high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
And some people think they have to marry their high school sweetheart, and I have a different opinion on that, because if we would have done that, I don't think my life would be where it is now.
Definitely not. No. It would have held us back a whole lot.
So that completes this twin talk. Hopefully we helped you guys solve something, or kind of take the first step to solving something that is going on with you. And I feel like those were a little bit more tricky. Like those were more complex.
Yeah, I had to think about those a little bit longer.
Yeah. So let us know if you guys are still enjoying Twin Talk. We're going to continue to do these weekly or bi-weekly. So we don't want to make no promises, so that's why I'm going to throw out both.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know if you've been enjoying them. And don't forget to DM us on Instagram or Kelsey Snapchat if you guys yourselves who are watching who haven't really asked us anything and you want to ask us something as far as advice. Let us know. Hit us up. We will get to you eventually. I feel like we might have to start doing more than 2 a piece in these, because we have been getting a lot.
Yeah.
So we might have to go up to 3 a piece and do 6 total a video instead of 4 a video.
Yeah.
Might grow bigger. Might have longer ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, just let us know, and our Instagrams, of course, will be in the description box. And yeah, we love you guys, and thank you so much for watching.